My old defensiveness kicked in. I wanted to argue that we gods would never leave our desperate followers hanging like that. But of course we did, all the time. That's a good question, Senator Larry, I admitted. It would probably be somewhere between those extremes, but I'm confident it would be real help, capable of turning the tide. It may be the only help and the only way to save New Rome. And I have to believe Jupiter, set my supposed birthday to April 8th for a reason. It's meant to be a turning point. The day I finally. My voice cracked. I didn't share the other side of that thought, that April 8th might either be the day I begin to prove myself worthy of rejoining the gods, or my last birthday ever, the day I went up in flames once and for all. More murmuring from the crowd. Lots of grave expressions, but I detected no panic. Even the Lars didn't scream. What are we gonna die? The assembled demigods were Romans after all. They were used to facing dire predicaments, long odds, and strong enemies. Oh, Hazel of Esque spoke up for the first time. So, how do we find the correct recipe? Where do we start? I appreciated her confidence. She might have been asking if she could help with something completely doable like carrying groceries or impaling ghouls with quartz spikes. The first step, I said, is to find and explore Tarquin's tomb. And kill him, yelled one of the Lars. No, Marcus Apuleius, scolded one of his peers. Tarquin is dead as we are. Well then what? Grumbled Marcus Apuleius. Ask him nicely to leave us alone. This is Tarquin the Proud we're talking about. He's a maniac. The first step, I said, is only to explore the tomb and find out the right things, as Ella said. Yep, the harpy agreed. Ella said that. I have to assume, I comment, that if we succeed in this and come out alive, we'll know more about how to proceed. Right now, all I can say with certainty is that our next step will involve finding a soundless god, whatever that means. Frank sat forward in his praetor's chair. But don't you know all the gods, Apollo? I mean, you are one, or were one. Is this a good god of silence? I sighed. Frank, I can barely keep my own family gods straight. There are hundreds of minor gods. I don't remember any silent gods. Of course, if there is one, I doubt we would have hung out long, me being the god of music. Frank looked crestfallen, which made me feel bad. I hadn't meant to take out my frustration on one of the only few people who still called me Apollo unironically. Let's tackle one thing at a time, Raina suggested. First, the tomb of Tarquin. We'll have a lead on its location, right, Ella? Yup. The harpy closed her eyes and recited. A wildcat near the spinning lights. The tomb of Tarquin with horses bright. To open his door, 254. It's a prophecy, Titan said. I have it on my back. The Cyclops stood and ripped off his shirt so fast he must have been waiting for any excuse. See? The spectators all leaned forward, though it would have been impossible to read 3 tattoos from any distance. I also have a fish pony. A pony by my kidney, announced Tyson. Isn't it cute? Hazel averted her eyes, as if she might pass out from embarrassment. Tyson, could you... I'm sure it's a lovely one, fresh fish pony, but shirt back on, please. I don't suppose anyone knows what those lines mean. The Romans observed a moment of silence for the death of clarity that prophecy symbolized. Lavinia snorted. Seriously? Nobody gets it? Lavinia, Raina said, her voice strained. What are you suggesting? Know where the tomb is? Lavinia spread her hands. Which, I mean, a wildcat near the spinning lights? The tomb of Tarquin with horses bright? There's a wildcat drive in Tilden Park, right over the hills. She pointed north. And horses' bright spinning lights? That would be the Tilden Park Carousel, wouldn't it?